All right, everybody, welcome back. Today is, I don't know, right around August. Today is August 18th. Sorry, I'm filming on my phone today because I didn't feel like grabbing all my gear. But we're doing a little bit of food plot work. This is last food plot work, other than maybe mowing. Definitely going to mow this, but I wanted to get it sprayed first. Corn is looking okay. We have been in a serious drought. The corn's doing pretty good. It definitely could be doing better. Obviously I'm low on nitrogen in here, so next year I'll have to spread a whole bunch of nitrogen. Over here it's terrible. It's awful over here, but for the majority of it, it's doing all right. This is my clover chicory plot. I just had some clethodim, and so I got some clethodim, some crop oil. Sprayed this for the grasses. There's a lot of grasses, as you can see here. All these are all sprayed. I went over it pretty good, but the clover is thick and rich in here. There's a lot of clover in here. There's some red clover in here. As you guys can see, there's a lot of Landivo clover in here. Chicory, we got, the chicory's not as strong as I was hoping it was going to be, but it is in here. The deer really like the chicory, but boy, the clover is just rich. But there's a lot of grasses. All in all, this domain hot chick plot, I couldn't be any happier with it. Other than this spraying, so I'm going to spray it. Obviously I just got done spraying it, sprayed it today, and then what I'm going to do in about 2 weeks, the end of October, I'll come in here. End of October, the end of August, the start of September, I will come in here and just take the tops off. I'm not going to mow it flat, just enough to take the top off of this and flatten it out after everything dies off from the clethodim. The deer have been in here like quite a bit. There's obviously all the crops are still standing, so there's a ton of food around. That way across the road there's beans, that way across the road there's beans, so we're getting a few small bucks here and there. I don't have anything giant yet. I really don't even have a shooter back here yet, but I'm not too worried about it because, like I said, there's a lot of crops around us, and once the beans start to dry up and this corn comes off for silage, everything's going to change, and I'll have all the food here. And the neighbor's got food at his place. He just did some brassicas, and then he's got clover up there as well. And then we're about to do a really cool plot. I think it's gonna be cool. I think I really like this mix. It's a new product from Domain. It's called Forage Factory. It's in a spot, it's going to be kind of experimental. It's kind of shaded. I don't know how good the soil is. I haven't tested it. So this is just shot in the dark. I got a bag. I wanted to try it, and we're going to no-till it. I don't have time to get the tractor up there and till it. And the last time I tilled the back windmill line, I got this crazy weed from god-awful hell that came up, and it just completely took over. So we're gonna no-till it, so I'm gonna just spread the seed, and then we're gonna spray right over top of it. And we got rain coming tomorrow night and the next day. So we got 5/8 of an inch of rain yesterday, and then so the soil's got moisture in it now, and then we got rain coming tomorrow night and then the following day. So they're talking maybe another 1/2 inch or so, which would be really good because we really need it. So yeah, a little bit of an update. I haven't been, once again, I just get too crazy in the summertime, doing other things, and the camera gets left home a lot. But we're getting close to crunch time, so I do want to start picking it up more and getting more videos out. So let's get back there, and I'm gonna go fill the sprayer up, and we will go back there and get some Forage Factory on the ground from Domain. I'm pretty excited about it. It's got brassicas, it's got oats, it's got rye, it's got, wow. It's got, we're gonna have a little bit of late planted winter peas. I'm really excited about it as I just dump my brand new Tacticam solar panels out the door. So I'm really excited about it. It's got radish in it, brassicas, peas, rye, clover, peas. I mean, it sounds like it's just a fantastic mix. I don't think there's too much of anything in there to compete too much. So we're gonna try it, and I don't know how big the plot's gonna be. I'm gonna kind of let the seed, my spreader, kind of tell me how big the plot's gonna be. I can do as big as I want. This trail's like over 500 yards long. Not that this is gonna be 500 yards long, but I'm hoping to get maybe to the top of the hill, but I'll show you guys that when we get back there. So, all right, everybody, we're back here. This is the spot I'm gonna try it. You guys can see it's laneway down behind me, all the way. I can zoom in, you guys can see it. My box blind's down there with an ag field. That whole field is corn. But from that bottom all the way up to here somewhere, I want to try this forage factory. It's pretty shaded in here now, but it's in the evening time and the sun's starting to go down behind these trees behind me. But during the day, this gets a fair amount of sunlight. So I'm not too worried about the sunlight aspect. I am a little worried about the no-till side of this, because this has a pretty heavy thatch layer. I think I'm going to be all right though. Most of this seed is pretty small, except for the winter peas, or the peas. Those are clearly a bigger seed. But you guys here, there's a little bit of thatch, but I mean the ground it's right there. It's not much. So all the smaller seed, like the oats, the rye, the brassica, clovers, all those, I'm not worried about those getting through. Those are going to get through, especially if we get a good rain. And then everything, all this, I'm going to spray this whole thing off and kill it, so it'll be straight no-till. So as long as the seed can get to the soil and I can spray this and then lay everything on top and do a no-till style, I think we're going to be just fine. What I'm going to do this fall is I'm going to come in here with hot chick, real heavy, and I'm going to seed this over with sorry, that sun's in a horrible spot. I'm going to seed this over with hot chick, real heavy, just so it can establish this year, and then next spring it should come right back up. And then I'm also going to plant, well, I'm planting the rye in here now, so the rye will help and the oats will help as kind of a nurse crop this year and next spring. And then we keep this mowed, obviously. When you start mowing it, hopefully without tilling it, I'm not going to disturb whatever godforsaken weed I disturbed in here last time. I want to get this in before the dew starts to set in. So I'm going to kind of show you the forage factory. Forage factory is new from Domain this year. I love the mix. I think it has crazy good potential. If it does really good here, I know it'll do really good in the other food plot, and I might skip the corn and do this next year. They'll give me more time. I have all spring to get some lime in there and get some lime worked into the soil and get the lime working before I plant this too. It'll give me a few months, so that'll help me a lot too. So we're gonna see. If it does really good here, I'm definitely gonna try it maybe in that field next year instead of doing a corn. So I really like this mix. Forage factory in here. My bag got wet, so I had to steal horse feed bag from my mom, but I got some 1919 I'm going to put down in here to help this. But you guys can see here, it looks really good. I did add a little bit of clover to it, just because I want the clover a little heavier, because I want this to be a clover plot next year. So I add a little bit of clover to that. So that's the extra little small seeds you're seeing. But other than that, we are gonna get planting here. I will turn you guys back on and show you the results when I'm done, but I want to get going here so I can get this sprayed before the dew starts to set in. All right, everybody, we are done seeding. Just before I fertilize and it gets confusing what's on the ground, what's not, I just want to show you guys this no-till method that I'm doing. I just did this down for a buddy's place. I used the black boar to break up the ground a little bit. He had a really heavy thatch, so I kind of needed something. This isn't horrible, but I want to show you guys how this works. So you guys can see here, we're just gonna pick a spot at random here. Let's just go here, because this is pretty thick grass, as you guys can see. Now if you dig down through here, hopefully I picked a spot where we can see. You guys can see right there. See those 2 seeds right there in the bottom? So there's another one right there. And this is, I mean, that's some thick grass right there. So like, we'll dig out another spot here. You guys can see that seed right there. It is getting through and getting to the soil. There's 2 more. Right, there's one. The other one's right there and there. It is getting through the soil. Or sorry, not the soil. The super thick grass. And it is getting down to the soil. I did see some of the spots like where it's super thick here. You guys can see this seed sitting right on top. But with a little bit of rain, I mean, this is really, really thick. So this probably, it's not going to get through that. But you're even right here where you're, here, this is super thick right here. You guys can see how much I got to dig through here. Let me see if I can find one here. There's a seed right there. There's one, another little teeny tiny seed there. Oh, here's a, where'd it go? Let's see. We can find a definitive seed here. Yeah, right there. You guys can see that seed right there. That went through all of this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray on top of this. This stuff's gonna lay down. It's gonna help keep moisture in the soil by keeping the sun off of it and keeping the wind off of it, because your wind and your sun is what dries your soil out the most. All this is just gonna lay, good God, that sun's bright. All this is just gonna lay down on top of the seed and act as a weed barrier while everything starts coming up through. And it's gonna put a layer on top to help keep moisture in the ground, keep the nutrients in the ground. You're not tilling this whole thing under. This is something it's kind of like the buckwheat method, but I don't have buckwheat in here. I'm just doing it as I can. I'm a busy man, and time is never on my side. So it is what it is. Now, see right here, I bet you this is thin enough we could find a seed here, right there. So this is thin enough, there's another one. There's another one, right. You guys can see that seed right there, right at the tip of my thumb. So stuff like that, it's gonna get through no problem. Some of the peas are sitting on top. So this seed is definitely getting through. So I planted it a little heavy. I went all the way to the top of past the four-wheeler, all the way to the top of the hill about where my finger is. And then we got all this all the way down to where my blind is right there. And I even seeded some in front of my blind, right up against the edge of the ag field. If it comes up, great. If it doesn't, I'm not out much because I didn't put much work into it, and I probably don't deserve it for it to come up. But I actually feel fairly confident in this. I've done this a few times and had it work really good. So last year I no-tilled in the grasses that were shoulder high, all brassica seed, seeded into it, rolled it down, sprayed it, and it was one of my better plots I had all year. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get this fertilized with some 19, get this all sprayed, and me driving over top of this, I'll drive over top of it quite a few times, even if the sprayer's not on. That's gonna help push the seed into the soil. I thought I seen a deer. But anyways, that's gonna help drop, you know, it's gonna move this grasses as you're driving over it. That's gonna drop seed. Just driving over in general is gonna push stuff into the ground. I'm not saying I'm gonna have a tire track every single inch of this, but it's going to help. So I'm not too worried. I can't wait. Get this sprayed off, fertilized, sprayed off, and hopefully we're killing deer out of that blind in a couple months here. I'm hoping the farmer will plant rye in this field too, because when they take the corn off and then they put rye in after, I know they have erosion problems in this field, so I'm suspecting that they will. But that rye or triticale or whatever they're using, it is a magnet for the deer. The deer love it. So hopefully we'll have this, but there's tons of apples. Every one of these trees back here is loaded, except for this dead one that I can't show you. But that tree right there, loaded with apples. I'm sure this whole thicket here is. My one bedding area right here. So, but like I said, I have yet to have a mature buck on camera. It's just small bucks and does and fawns. Hopefully we put in enough food, and you know, hopefully the habitat starts paying off, and the 1 acre habitat cut that I did, and hopefully we'll start holding some mature deer here. Update you guys on this plot, just because I think it's going to be really cool if it works out. But I will update you guys later on. I'm going to get to spraying. That's boring. Nobody wants to watch that. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. I do have to make a video here soon, because I got something pretty cool and fun and exciting to announce. So maybe I'll do that in the next video. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And get them food plots in if you haven't. Time is here.